Hello. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back. Spooky Sunday. Hope we're all doing well. We got a little bit of a good time planned for today. As you can see from the title, the main course for the day will be a nice smattering of meat known as Vita Carnis. But to I don't know if cleansing the palate is the right word, but when things get too spooky, we can take a quick little break and take a look at some silly little guys that I found on TikTok not too long ago. They're pretty fun. Hey Dread, what's up? These silly little guys from an account called, I want to get this right. The account is called Latent Places. I'm pretty sure it's like AI generated stuff, but I find AI generated horror fascinating, and the stuff he's done is pretty funny. So we're gonna be taking a look at that as well. Yes, spooky times indeed, yes. So I took a quick glance at the runtime for Vita Carnis, and I think we should be good to get through all of it today, unless I'm psycho and die halfway through. But wait, why did I say psycho? That doesn't even make sense. If I'm a old man sleepy boomer from doing nothing at work all day and I get tired, there we go. I have a coffee in case I get tired is what I was trying to say. But you know, my brain no work no good. Soos. Oh, I forgot to add the Minecraft oof. I meant to do that before I started, but I forgot. I forgot. I'll try and add that back before next stream. I love how Yoda's is hidden behind the slideshow. No, that's lovely. It's beautiful. All right. Yeah, so what have you guys been up to today? What have we been doing? Let me know. I'm just trying to let my caffeine sink in before we start watching. Hey Dave, you won't be in stream, so you'll be able to sleep tonight. Fair enough. I do appreciate you dropping by though, man. I do appreciate you dropping by. I'm gonna try and have some fun with it, because let's be honest, what we're gonna be watching involves living pounds of meat, which is inherently pretty goofy. But I'll do my best. You've mostly been playing Chivalry 2? Nice. Chivalry 2 is one of those games I wanted to play. But if I were to play it, I think I'd play it with friends. So I feel like that game could get real sweaty if you play that on your own. I don't know. This is the vibe I get from some games. You've been going crazy making your Gmod with 80 add-ons start to not crash. Oh, wow. Well, I wish you good luck in that endeavor. Getting upwards of 20 to 30 mods in a game is when my PC starts to die. But, man, where were you when the automaton were annihilated from Super Earth's domain? I was at work. I was sadly at work. Very sad, very sad. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Helldivers 2, so don't worry about it. I won't be talking about it too long this time. I won't be talking about it too long. Just, I'm sad I missed out on the big event because I was stuck at work doing nothing. That's all I'll say. You found a automaton song that's pretty good. Who's it by? I think I may know what you're talking about. Or I could be JT Music. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I thought you might have been talking about Jonathan Young. I saw he's been putting out Helldivers music. He's like heavy metal video game music artist, whatever the hell, music covers. Joel. I'm only gonna play it for a second. Music. Joel. Reacting to JT Music, Joel. I feel ancient. Oh, video's unavailable. Oh, okay. It's gone. Oh, I know, it's back. That's weird. All right. I'm not a big fan of video game rap. I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for me. Anyway, it's time for horror. I've already made you cringe. Now it's time to spook you. All right. All right. Be prepared for camera jump scare in 3, 2. That was the latent places. I forgot I had that open. Okay. Kill the part of you that cringes. I've tried, dude. But whenever I watch like Tim Robinson, I think I'm able to sit through it because it's really funny. But I don't know what it is about his comedy, but he's so good at hitting that part of your brain that like empathizes and cringes. So I can only get through like half an episode at a time. But yeah, so I might turn the Vita Carnis part of the stream into its own video. I don't know. But yeah, we're watching Vita Carnis today. One of the most popular analog horror series. I was either going to do this or I was going to take a look at the what was it? The Drowned Man? It was something. It was a recent series that came out, had like a goofy looking fella. But like I quickly skimmed it and looked very scary, so I went with Vita Carnis. Because you guys were complaining that the last time we watched stuff, it wasn't even scary. So I'm making up for that today. I'm making up for that. Okay. Let's get everything set up here. Close that for now. Man in the suit? No, not man in the suit. Why the fuck do I not remember it? Nowhere? Dr. Nowhere. That's the channel name. Dr. Nowhere. The Boiled One. The Boiled One is, I think, what it's called. Just gonna bring this up for a second. Boiled One is cool looking. I think it looks goofy, but there it is right here. Yeah, I was going to take a look at this, but it didn't seem too far along yet and a little silly, so I held off for now. Yeah, so we're going to watch the videos, and whenever we need a break, we'll take a quick break and take a look at some latent places. because these are fairly lighthearted. Like, let's take a look at this one here.
These little guys have been spotted sneaking through homes in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Using the cover of night, little guys are known to break into residences with the sole intent of rearranging the belongings of the occupants.
There's little guys.
Their midnight mission, little guys retreat into walls, floorboards, and ventilation systems to rest and wait for residents to wake. It is thought that little guys gain sustenance from the confusion of humans.
They're just little guys.
Become increasingly baffled by the misplacement of their property, little guys become energized and prepare to
there's one back here.
Their household. Once fully rested, they promptly relocate and the mischievous cycle is continued. Little guys are notoriously difficult to spot and even harder to capture.
Like,
see here, stop.
It's obviously AI generated, but like, it's so silly. And like, they're using AI for a good cause. I feel stuff like this is fairly fun. It enhances the uncanny valley. I think the uncanny valley effect that a lot of horror goes for nowadays. But okay, let me move things around. So I'm looking at the video on the main screen. And have you guys to my right. So we're looking at it like this. All right. Yeah, this is probably going to be turned into a YouTube video after I'm done with the SCP one. But okay. So let me I need to actually pay attention to see if everything's formatted properly when it comes to the Spooky Sunday stuff. I think we're fine. Anyway, let's start the first. It's not a video, but a collection of videos. This is a collection of all of the research documentaries that started out the series. So this is Vita Carnis. Vitae Carnisu. Don't recreate the meat.
On planet Earth,
whatever you do,
life has thrived for millions of years. Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments. From barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found. Earth has homed these creatures since the dawn of life itself. Only until very recently, things have changed. New life.
Do I need to mute sound alerts again? You gonna make me do this live? Be good. Be good. You meant pipe. Whatever.
Have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the balance of nature and what we know about evolution itself. That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life. First, what are these new life forms? Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are and where they came from.
There's much debate if they're even meat.
Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain, Earth is now their home.
Yeah, they're not doing a shit job, or they're doing a real shit job of finding out what's going on with these things.
These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of these characteristics, they have been named accordingly as Vita Carnis. The Carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, but their main diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives.
Okay, real talk. If these things existed in our real world, do you think we would let them exist? Or would we just try to burn them on site no matter what? Yeah, I don't think we let them live. Like in our modern day, I think we would find out. No, they come from everywhere.
Carnis only
It'd be
appear
hard, but
in
I feel like
places
people
where
would be
there is an
dedicated.
abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species, the crawl.
The people in this
crawl is a
universe
growth
gave
of
up
meaty
way too
tendrils
fast.
that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches. In each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. The source of these
The crawl is the only thing you could see us keeping. Yeah, I guess
materials is mainly found in dirt and
we just have
soil
like
surrounding surfaces.
living
Using
meat
its root-like
crawl
tendrils,
farms.
It absorbs the material and processes it
Yep.
into usable energy.
It ain't
Although,
much, but it's
the
honest
crawl
work.
also obtains energy through another means. Using a
Uncle
sophisticated
John's
form of
meat farm.
photosynthesis. The dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth. Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent
Wait, hold on.
develop more human-like features.
I want to repeat
It will
repeat
grow
that.
skin pretty much anywhere. Energy to fuel the crawl's growth. Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent
I mean, I guess if
inclusion
it
in
can just
the
like
ecosystem
come
has
from
caused
anywhere,
many major
we're a little
changes in nature's
fucked.
balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead. The crawl's
Almost done my
abundance
coffee
grants
already.
plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey, and are able to eat the crawl as well. The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again. This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive. Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage. Because of the
We use the
supernatural
crawl
rate of
as a
growth
lubricant.
and its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms.
The
The crawl
BDSM community
harvested
is
and
really
processed
adapted
into
to the crawl.
fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality. The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans, and reliably so. But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine
Honey, we're busting out the crawl tonight. Remember to lube up properly.
standards. The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off
meat
and
pimple.
grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal. This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the trimmings. The trimmings.
They're adorable.
Trimmings are small animals that resemble skinned raccoons. They are commonly known to have a plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs.
That is not the face of something
All
that wants to
individual
live.
trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number
Hold on.
of limbs, and other characteristics. They are
Wrong button.
head,
That thing 100% wants to die. What the fuck?
small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs.
Please, Father.
All individual
Please,
trimmings are
meat,
unique,
Father.
each with a different body shape,
require
number
death.
of limbs, and other characteristics. One thing they all share
So
in
is there an
common that
alpha
they are made
trimming?
mostly of meat tissue and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length, no larger than a basketball. Its life starts with its separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible
Owner,
and
what's up?
able to consume. Although it is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds.
Yeah, if your wife
insects,
starts
and
acting
deceased
up, you
animals.
feed her to the trimmings.
Although its appearance is unsightly, it is a cowardly creature, only fleeing, screeching, and hiding when threatened.
Vita
Because of its
Carnis
lack of
isn't
defensive
scary?
traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making it easily overpowered and picked off very regularly.
I think
by
the mimics are
predators.
pretty scary.
Naturally, its population would eventually die out, but this is not the case. The crawl constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers. Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl. Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity
From
at
the
around
mimics
7
from Vita
months,
Carnis, you
having a maximum
goofball.
lifespan of 2 to 4 years. Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement
Yeah,
trimmings
but
into society. Their overabundance
there are
has even
definitely
considered
freaks
them
out there
pests.
who are doing ungodly things with the trimmings they find. There's a man who finds this and he feels like he just won the lottery.
Due to them digging through trash bins and making excessive noise at night.
Sorry.
Besides all of this,
You know it.
some people
I know
still
it.
keep
That's
trimmings as
disgusting.
pets and relatively domesticate them.
That
Nuisance or not, trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful numbers to their skittish nature, they are truly a thing to behold. The next species on our list is the meat snake. The meat snake.
that's what they called me in college.
The meat snake is a worm-like creature, made of a variety of types of meat, coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane. Its size varies during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes. When it first separates from the crawl, it is only a few centimeters in length. Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters. Although, under extreme conditions, like natural disasters,
I want to see a meat
or
leviathan.
plague, it can greatly surpass this length. The meat
No, they
snake's
didn't,
diet
don't
consists
lie.
entirely of dead animals or parts.
Don't call me out on my bits, dude.
Consuming a healthy, living organism.
Dude.
The meat snake
No, they
its
called me
food
the
by using
trimming.
a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby.
Lethal Company mimics over Vita Carnis mimics. I mean, they fulfill different roles. I like that the Vita Carnis ones, I think, can mimic people once they've eaten
This
enough.
process shares
I think
many
that's pretty cool.
similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole.
Jeez.
Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will
Me
release
when
a variety of
Hamburger.
chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin, and the connection points between
Oh, there are
muscles.
subtitles.
Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve
I thought I
the
had them
tissue
on.
to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible.
Oh, you can't even see them.
After that, the remaining flesh and bones will move
Oh, wow,
along
that's
the
useless.
meat snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake. Unsatisfactory
That's just what a
parts like
snake
skulls,
does.
pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted. Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull, each corresponding to what that one has consumed. During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years.
I plan on playing
The
Stalker
meat
again
snake
soon.
has no predators and is immune to disease, due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through
I still want to
starvation,
overdo it and burn
burning,
out.
or complete
And I've
destruction
been
of the meat
working
snake's
most
membrane
of this week
coating.
anyway.
Interestingly, the meat snake is the only member of the Carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size, and is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis, splitting itself in two. Then the
No,
adult
no,
meat
I
snakes
hate
will
that.
go
I
on
hate
their separate
that.
ways and live on as two distinct organisms.
I hate that. It just splits into two. And what if like you cut it in half? Is it like a worm where it just becomes another meat snake? I don't want to imagine that.
Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too cold. Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses
Just a
available.
peaceful little
Where
guy.
there is death, there are meat snakes. Humanity will use them to our advantage. Meat snakes are a very efficient and clean way of disposing
Just wait
of
until
any
you
meat products.
meet
The preserving fluid within the
Meatzilla.
meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals. They are extremely tame, not caring if any creature is around.
They do look really cool though. I like the way meat snakes look. They're very cool.
them, only
I
acting
like
defensively when it is within
the like
consuming a meal.
not Wendigo,
This
but like
means
the
they are very
American
easy to tame.
Americanized Wendigo where like, they have like the deer skull. I like things with like skull heads. I think they're very
Overall,
neat.
Meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself. It is an amazing experience to encounter one, as long as you don't mind the smell.
Which Wendigo
Our
do you
next
guys like
creature
better?
is
Like the
the
traditional one? Where it's just like a really freaky person? Or like the American Wendigo with like the skull? You like the deer head one? I like the aesthetic of the deer one. But I like the stories associated with the traditional one that they used in like Until Dawn, I think.
The mimic.
They're both very cool.
The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features. These features include extended finger length, longer
These are the
limbs,
coolest things from
bulging,
Vita Carnis.
empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped.
There's happy to
While
see
the
you,
mimic
dude.
contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back. This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole. A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
All right.
Because of this, they are found
all right.
solely around human-populated
He got
areas.
nervous.
The mimic's life cycle is made of 3 stages.
We would make death squads to hunt them down. Are they even like vulnerable to bullets?
In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl. They closely resemble their trimming relatives, but are thin, sleek, and only have
I
4
guess so, because
appendages.
they're
In
organic.
this stage, the young mimic will hunt small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once
Also
fully
love the
transformed,
Fallout-ass
it will
music in the
resemble
background.
description mentioned in the beginning. Its hunting style changes and becomes much more complicated.
Mimic locked inside
It now
home
stalks
after
and
owner
feeds only
escaped.
on humans. It will locate human-populated area and begin its search for an easy target. To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins, and furniture. Once a target has been found, the mimic will observe its prey and learn its routine and when it is most vulnerable. This is typically when the human is asleep at night. Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption.
No!
Once the mimic has had its fill, it will
Not
leave the
Mr.
scene,
Mannequin.
a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal. Although, in
Yeah, owner, I think I'm just gonna keep playing Vanilla Stalker for now, but I might come back and play
the case that a
modded
human
at
is
some
awake,
point.
a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering them.
That was the video, right?
Away from the human population and begin to digest its
In
meal.
vid, okay.
Although, in the case that a human
It's
is
like my
awake,
door is
a
right
mimic
there.
will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering themselves. Once a human is in place,
My door
it
is
will
right
swiftly
there. I'm
attack
so
and kill the
tired.
helpless target.
Oh god. Ooh, ooh. All right. He just wants to say hello. I feel like... Turn off your flashlight. Bro, you're asking for it. I already know this scene, so I know what's gonna happen, but dude, turn it off. This is like the one scene everyone's seen. Yeah. Like, dude, fuck that. Bro. Hi, I want to talk about your car's extended warranty. Have you heard the word of meat guard? Still gets me. Still gets me.
The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential morphs it may develop into. If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features. It will grow skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being. It now can blend entirely into civilization and lure other humans more effectively. The second type of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. It's
really well done on a cheeseburger budget. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, cheap looking CG works pretty well with meat monsters, I would say. Like, for the most part. Like, you can kind of see like the PS2 graphics peeking in, but like I still think it looks pretty good, and like he obscures it enough where it's not totally immersion breaking.
And its humanoid features will fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin.
Also, you gotta imagine there's some dude out there in this universe who got tricked by a mimic that looked like a very pretty woman. And I just wonder how far along he got before she ate him, you know?
Which is highly durable. And
how far did it go?
In strength the more the elder mimic consumes.
How long should he keep up the act?
This excludes the face, which is now coated in a pale pink skin. The mimic's teeth have also moved
it would not look pretty.
The mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin.
It
uses the dark hue of its skin to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened.
No, bro, it still hit though.
This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet. Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter. Here are the instructions.
Dude, I mean, if you're at the club,
avoid going out alone if your location
and you're desperate
is known
enough,
to have mimics,
I
or
could see a
there
guy
have been
going.
Mimic sightings. 2. If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs
You're
from
just dead.
attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it. A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring
So bullets don't work.
it down in time. Instead, use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6. In a situation where a mimic
That's
is
what they
hunting
want you
in
to
the
think.
immediate area and is not aware
Why would
of
my
your
government
position,
lie to me about
hide
the meat
somewhere
puppets?
low, like under a bed or behind other furniture. A mimic will not linger too long to search for prey, and will move on.
Be safe and avoid
Yeah,
any
so the guy
encounters
should
with
have
a
literally
mimic at
just
all
turned off
costs.
his light and he would have been fine.
Next up, the Harvester.
If Buddy wasn't recording it to upload to TikTok, he would have lived. Bro, guys, this crazy thing just broke into my house, bro. I'm gonna go viral. Any plans on returning to Voice of the Void? At some point, yeah. I wanted to make a bit more progress off stream before I played it again, so we didn't have another stream of me wandering aimlessly for like 3 hours.
The Harvester.
I wanted to get to the point of almost being able to upgrade Kerfus,
The
whatever.
Harvester is a large, bulbous mass with a large amount of tendrils spreading from the base. The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter. The tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally. The Harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is created.
Why
with
is
a
it
node
so
that
big?
will
Why
grow
aren't
into a
you
harvester.
bigger?
Instead of separating,
Why are you letting
it
meat
continues to grow.
upscale you? Huh?
Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach
Think about it.
further. Its tendrils, hidden just below the surface of the ground. The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and
Nah, like
flat.
this thing is the
They lie
worst.
the closest to the surface.
It
These
sucks.
branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular
Like,
spines have a vein that
it's
feeds
not
into them
scary,
that pump 2 types of
but this
venom.
thing is so
On
fucked
one
up.
side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis. The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting. Whenever a large animal moves across the area armed with these tendrils,
What if-
the branches will
What if you like drove a car into it? Like you just rammed it with a Jeep. Like a good Jeep Wrangler. Will that just take it out?
clamp onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will
Did the
rest and
wannabe
the prey
truckers
will
have the right
immediately
idea?
collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss. Once the prey has bled out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped ones. These branches are thick, but very sturdy.
Like the
They
main
share
bulb looks
similar
very
anatomy to the
squishy,
small
very
branches
run
of the
overable.
crawl, equipped with organelle that absorbs nutrients. These tendrils sense the blood, and move their way to the surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid. Once the blood has been consumed, the tendrils will wrap around the body and begin to shuffle downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground. Once secure, the tendrils will continue to feed until there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester.
Then you become one with the
This
meat.
bulb houses all the vital organs and
Yeah, dude, like ram that thing with a truck. Hit it with a tank. One of these pops up behind Farmer John's barn with his cattle. You just bring a tank down there and blow it up.
and the venom glands that pump into the
Easy,
spines.
dude.
The nutrients are then converted into usable energy. The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals.
Flamethrower.
A strange behavior the harvester
Well, you gotta be careful with the flamethrower, because that could also take out the cows and the wheat. The wheat.
displays as its choice of diet.
You can't burn all the
spines
wheat.
will only activate on larger animals, allowing smaller ones to pass by unaffected. The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens. One, it could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making it not worth the time.
Fair.
Another could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive and lure more predators. It truly is astonishing. Although it is a spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous. The harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere and woodland forests.
Damn it, I live there.
If you are stung by a
Aw,
harvester,
man, I thought I
there
was
will
safe.
be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive. The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester or stung by a harvester. There will be no way of help you can do is avoid encountering a harvester.
Shut up. I want to go to the bit.
If you are in woodland forest.
That's literally the part of Canada I live in. I'm fucked. I'm screwed.
Being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive. The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters
safe.
around.
It can't
You
cross
also
the
notice
water.
an abundance of lush, ground-dwelling plants in a forested area, and there are no signs of wildlife. This is suspicious and you should leave the area, staying close to the base of large trees or rocks.
I'm personally safe because I don't go outside besides to go to work. So like,
not panic.
Mimic
Some
come at
movements
me.
may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb, and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment. You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw another object when you are certain you are a fair enough distance away.
Simply
just
throw
to be
your
safe.
baby at the bulb.
Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way. You may come
Sorry, little Christopher. Survival of the fittest.
out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal. Next up is the host. The host of influence.
We're at the point where like I haven't seen any of these. The last one I like actually have seen was the mimic. So like all this is new to me.
The host of influence, more commonly referred to as the host, has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event. Not to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this, it shares no other
It's
characteristics.
basically a human. You can smooch it.
The lower half of the host is comprised of a mass of fibrous tissue and tendrils
Would you smooch the
that
mimic?
burrow into the ground to hold the host in place.
Would you do it for $1 million?
The host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons, and veins. In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate, used to cover any large exposed areas, but allowing movement. The host's head has a smooth surface where the face should be.
Yeah, Sucker for Love has corrupted my brain. Now whenever we see a creepy looking creature, it's like, but can you smooch it though?
Attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding. On the host's back,
Riddle me
is a
that,
mound of
analog
pores.
horror creator.
Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced within host's body.
There's
by
no
being
laws
fired
against the
into
meat,
air.
Batman.
These spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs. Luckily, The host is rare, only found in North America.
Again, I'm fucked.
Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of their rarity and of how dangerous it is to be up close to one. The spores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them. An infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness.
The first symptom that appears is you suddenly lose all of your skin. This is a 7 out of 10 on the end of the world scale. So far, yeah, it's pretty bad, but like nothing you can't
lack of coordination.
not
Then
survive.
more serious symptoms appear over time. These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech.
This one's
and
like turn
tremors.
off your ventilation.
If you or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total of 6 to 7 hours after infection, the organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk. The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual. If the infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of
Yeah,
it,
this is where it
expose their
starts
vital
getting
organs,
like
and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs.
SCP territory.
The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps. However, if an infected organism doesn't
It's
reach
living
the
meat
host
at
within
home.
a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal. If a host is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself and move to a new location. Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting
So basically toxoplasmosis. Isn't that the thing that cats do? That make you love them?
info about the host
Is that what
very
cats do? Is
daunting. All you
toxoplasmosis?
need
Is
to currently know is that the host
is Vita
extremely
Carnis a cat?
dangerous
A very
and should be
elaborate cat?
avoided at all costs. Next, the monoliths.
Very meaty cat.
The monoliths.
What?
The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in June of 1972, in the area of. There
Yeah,
are
basically
only
that's
7
what it is.
monoliths, all of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in diameter. This ring of monoliths surrounds. The monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height. Each monolith has 2 trunk legs that are firmly embedded underground. The legs connect to a torso.
I didn't think it was that big.
The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the
jerky.
neck, fusing into a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of
Giant
long,
beef
rope-like
jerky.
appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away. What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing. The only activity documented that the monoliths have done was in.
I just figure out how to get rid of these things. We get like a world competitive eater. We get all the world's competitive eaters. And we tell them that it's giant beef jerky and they just eat one of the legs and topple them over. Am I crazy or is that like a galaxy brain play?
During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When the group of were making their way to the city, the monolith that
Tastes
they
a
had
little
passed as
funny. Are you
roared
sure
and
it's
each fell
jerky?
and swung its appendages
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
team, completely
course.
wiping them out. When military vehicles were dispatched, once they got close enough to top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity. Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
Hey, Wenton. What's up, man? Ooh. Yeah, don't send the boys to eat them at night. They would get too creeped out.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all.
Oh, it would regenerate.
Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings. And finally, the last creature on this list is...
The last creature is the sphere. The meat orb. What? Oh, nope, not that. Here we go. There we go. Yo, they're wizards! Look at them! Look at the little guys! You're a meat wizard, Harry.
The singularity is an orb comprised of a dark-colored mineral with hints of luminous colors within its core. The singularity is estimated to be 1 meter in diameter.
Meat wizard money gang. We love casting bacon.
Are not well understood. The singularity typically can be found suspended in air by an unseen force. There are also a variety of reading that have been documented coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals released by the singularity. The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being held by...
Okay. So everything up until the point of the host is fairly reasonable. Then would you guys agree with me when the monoliths is when it starts getting a little silly? Would we agree on that? Like, I'm still in. But the giant Twizzler people and the orbs are a little silly.
Marvelous and majestic world that exists today, it's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious beings appear all around us. Thank you for
Is that
joining
a
us on this
FNAF
journey of
reference?
exploration and discovery of the lives of these living meat creatures.
Oh yes, and the Windows Movie Maker style ending, that's lovely. All right. That was the end of technically the first video. But you know, that was like 5 or 6 videos put into one. Yeah, no, it's fairly interesting. That's how they open up the series. With just like a ton of like mockumentaries, I'm going to call them. All right, we're going to take a quick, not a break, but a quick palate cleanser by taking a look at these things called the Choblins.
Could be found dwelling. Choblins. These strange alien entities could be found dwelling in the cliffside above Sitka, Alaska.
Look at these
Known
little
for their
creatures.
exceptionally long lifespan, Choblins remain in adolescence
I would
until
kick a
about age
Choblin.
30 and live to 180 years on average.
And then I would raise a
Choblins
farm of
spend the
them.
majority of their lives as flightless creatures, learning to scramble and climb among the steep rocks of their home at a young age. Only at about age 120 do elder Choblins fully develop the anatomy necessary.
All right, I've had enough of Choblins.
Mobile Ducks. The following is an urgent announcement for all citizens in the path of April 8th.
It's a pretty good opener. It is.
Be on the lookout for various insect-like
Like, Vita Carnis is still one of my favorite analog horror. But like, you gotta be honest with like the weaknesses and the things you enjoy, right?
2023's annular eclipse. Ministry researchers eventually lost track of the PA0
Yeah, opium birds at home. This is the shit.
The Odo bugs are expected to emerge from their
Yeah, for anyone who wasn't here for the beginning, we're doing little palate cleansers between the episodes, or like in like short little breaks. That's because I think these goofy little guys are entertaining. I like these weird alien designs. I found this account when I was like scrolling through TikTok on one of my breaks.
This has been a public service announcement from the Ministry of Latent Places.
All right. Back to Vita Carnis. All right. So now we're going to be watching a couple shorter videos. We've got cooking at home with the meat, guide to owning a pet trimming, and that one kind of unpaused. Okay. Here we go. This is cooking at home with meat.
This could be the greatest discovery of the age.
Baby. Let this feeling in.
Have any information of the whereabouts of
Be making a dish that has recently gained a fair amount of popularity. Today's dish will be a cheesy crawl penne.
Gotta go bed owner. No problem, man. Have a good one. Yeah, I agree. The moving on the latent places creatures is a little odd, but I think it kind of adds to it. Anyway.
These will be the ingredients you will need. 3 cups of penne pasta. Roughly 3 cups worth of fresh scroll. Try to get a variety
When you take 100 Benadryls, yeah, that's what you start seeing.
Harvest them yourself.
Exactly.
1 cup of cheese. Half a cup of green onion. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of Cajun spice.
Should I cook
2
this?
tablespoons of parsley. 1 tablespoon of dill.
Well, you
1
know, like
tablespoon
substitute
of
the
garlic,
trimmings for like
a pinch of pepper,
ground up turkey or
and
something.
finally, the most crucial ingredient, Nutrier Company's newly released flavor enhancer. To bring out the richness of flavors within each and every meal.
The flavor enhancer.
First, get a medium-sized pot and fill half of it with water.
Yo, you pour like an idiot. What is that pouring technique? Look at all the water you lost.
Add a pinch of salt, which is used to help the pot come to a boil faster and help flavor
Disgusting.
the pasta.
Horrible technique.
Then, set aside to boil. Grab your crawl and a sharp knife. Begin to cut the meat into a rough mince.
Oh, did you need to include like the twig and the plastic? Please tell me you're gonna at least take the plastic off before you throw it in the pot. That does not look appetizing at all. You can, dude, you can see like the little tube in the meat. This, ugh.
Crawl is soft on the outside, but the interior has a surprising sturdiness. Then, gather the meat and set aside.
I didn't see him separate the plastic. Or the stem.
Mince the green onion into rough segments.
The part of me that cooks is in physical pain right now.
Take this
I know
mince
that's the
and set
part of the
aside
point,
as well.
but it hurts.
Next, grab your skillet and preheat with along some oil. Take your minced crawl and spread it evenly across the skillet. Stir
Dude.
occasionally until crisp and brown.
This is how you spread disease.
As your water
In your
reaches a boil, add your
in
penne
your
and stir
crawl meat
occasionally.
stew and pasta. This is how you spread disease.
Cook until soft.
At least they did the
At
pasta
this time,
semi all right.
Your crawl will be brown and crisp. Add your
Yeah,
mixed
no, that's
green
just ground
onion
beef.
and then the spices.
Literally just ground beef.
Mix well.
I think we're getting baited. I
Launch
think
your
they
pasta
swapped out
and
the
skillet
crawl
is
for just
cooking.
beef.
Strain it. Lay your cooked penne evenly into your dish.
Guys, I think we got an insider. I think he's on our side. Wait, no, because he's still telling people to cook the crawl. Never mind. He's just not eating it himself because he knows.
Sprinkle a generous amount of cheese along the still warm crawl for it to melt. At this point, finish preparing the dish with your flavor enhancer, but allow your dish to cool to a temperature below 60 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, just a dash of
or else
cocaine.
The enhancer will not work.
Just like a little dash of cocaine on top of your pasta.
And now you may serve and
A bit of
enjoy.
mushrooms, a bit of cocaine. Wenjin, you think that looks appetizing? It might be because I knew about, like, we see the meat when he drops it there, but it looks awful. My stomach was turning. Did I hear what the lady said?
Enjoy. Answer, but allow your dish to cool to a temperature below 60 degrees Celsius, or else the enhancer will not work.
Or else the enhancer won't work.
And now you may serve and enjoy.
Enjoy your disgusting meat pasta. With no sauce, by the way. All right. Well, hope you weren't hungry before, because you're definitely not hungry now. Okay. The next one is for anyone who wants to own a trimming.
Many people get pets for companionship. They form bonds and grow relationships with these animals, even to the point of them being considered a part of the family. Most people get dogs or cats, but maybe you want
Oh, that's a
something
cute
more
dog.
interesting. Then you may want to get yourself a trimming. These lumps of meat
So they got in, dude. No.
have grown a reputation to be a loving companion.
Those
for many
things gotta
people in
be
recent
like
months.
toxoplasmosising
Although most people may not
you
know
out the
proper ways
ass.
to care for them. Today,
Like,
we will
ain't
be
no
showing you
way.
how you can care for your pet trimming.
Dude, some people will turn up their nose at like pugs. This is worse than a
Taking care of
pug.
trimming is fairly easy, but this is no reason to slack off. They are living things and do require maintenance. The first thing to keep in mind when keeping a trimming is the temperature of your home. While trimmings are resilient to both high and low conditions, you want to keep your base temperature near room temp, maybe slightly cooler. That being said, trimmings prefer warmer areas to nest. A simple setup you may use is a box with some blankets.
Yeah, I know. What they require is be put down.
Make sure there is enough for your trimming to cover itself. And now, you have a comfy bed for your buddy.
Why he look like a piece of rhubarb?
Next,
I don't even know what rhubarb looks like. The fuck? I'll look at it after. I'll look at it after. I can't get distracted by rhubarb.
trimmings are not picky eaters and will eat anything you give them.
Gross.
To keep your trimming healthy and
Also, who
strong,
names their
a
pet
diet of dry
Angelica?
cat or dog food that is high in protein, provided 2 times a day, is best. As a treat, you may give your trimming any scraps of your food.
As a treat, you could feed it
Things like apple
your
core,
hair whenever you get a
banana peel,
haircut.
Or eggshells are a perfect snack. A thing to remember is trimmings are nocturnal and make plenty of noise.
Don't like that. Don't like that. Honey is a weird ass cat outside. Weird ass cat.
Try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon. This helps them be active during these times instead.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Another thing to consider if you want a pet trimming is where they will be living. Your home should have enough space for your trimming to roam around, as well as access to the outdoors, like a backyard. If not,
It looks so sad.
on regular walks. This gives your trimming the exercise they need, as well as allowing them to meet other trimmings. Trimmings are a social creature and need to interact with others of their kind, like
Okay.
how they do in the wild.
I hate this disgusting creature, but the prop does look very good. If they did like an actual prop, it looks pretty
When
good.
it comes to entertainment, trimmings
It
are not
looks
the
like a
most
disgusting
active and aren't
meat
the best at fetch or
blob.
tug of war. But here are other ways to keep your trimming entertained. Some toys that trimmings like are little items they can push, around, pull, or carry. Trimmings also enjoy things that you enjoy as well, like watching the television or listening to the radio. They love seeing and listening to all the funny things coming from the devices.
Sorry. I'm not bored. I'm just really
After a
tired.
long day,
Excuse
your
me.
trimming might be dirty and need a wash. To clean them, start your bath with a gentle warm water, mixed with a bit of hand or body wash. Gently scrub the trimming's feet, armpits, belly, and neck fold. Remember to be careful around their face.
It looks happy
Avoid
for
getting
once.
soap in
Aw.
their eyes, nose,
Maybe
and
I think they're
mouth.
toxoplasmosising me.
Towel when done.
I'm starting to hate them a
Now
little.
your buddy is all clean.
And take it back. Take it back. I still hate it.
And lastly, as said before, trimmings are social creatures, so be sure to give them plenty of affection. They love receiving pats, scratches, and pets. They also love to sit with you and cuddle. Since they communicate with each other in the wild, it is best to replicate this behavior with them as well. Simply talking to them is
Was
plenty
blood
enough.
just on his mewing
You
streak?
can talk about your day, if anything interesting
What,
happened
me?
at work,
Or the
if you
or
are
the
working
or
on
the
any new recipes, or
or the
talk about
trimming?
weather. Trimmings are very good listeners and love
The
to be
fuck?
involved. With all of these in mind, you are now well equipped to have a
Trimming.
trimming become a part of the family.
I think it tried.
That's right, and you will have a companion for a long while.
Hated that. 100% hated that. God damn. Okay. Fuck. Wait. There's a spike at the end. Why is there a spike at the end? Oh, there's literally no reason why. Okay. Cool. All right. Hmm. All right, we'll watch another one, then we'll take a quick break because I want to grab another water. I'm getting hungry, but I don't want to eat on stream, so I'm just gonna grab a water bottle after. But we'll watch this next one. Archive footage of the meat snake, apparently. Don't know what this is about, so let's give it a look. In a few videos, I'm gonna get PTSD. PTSD or meat TSD? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
In the year of 1945, with the war finally ended, the cleanup process had started. During routine sweep of an underground train tunnel, the cleanup crew made a grotesque
it's disgusting.
discovery. Found completely filling the tunnel was a meaty wall, and in the center of the mass was an opening with several skulls surrounding it. Closer inspection of the blockage revealed that the mass was actually an extremely engorged meat snake.
Engorged
Its impeccable
meat
size had blocked off the entirety of the tunnel's path. There was many strange things with this creature.
When your meat snake
First was
too
the
thick.
coloration. A typical meat snake's color is bright reds and light browns. This particular meat snake was a very deep maroon. Another strange thing about it was its behavior. This creature barely moved. Meat snakes are normally sluggish and encumbersome, but the specimen discovered seemed to lack even basic motor functions.
I like how it
Its
uses the
behavior
skull
was
as
that of a
teeth.
lance,
That's very cool.
stationary, with only minor movements within. One would assume it was dead. The reason the meat snake may act this way may be because it was completely lodged in place and minimized movements to conserve energy. But how would it have gotten this deep into the tunnel in the first place? And by the looks of weathering, it had been in there for quite some time. So how did it get so large?
I know it's supposed to be like
by a different cleaning crew.
a picture that was taken of it, but I like to imagine they got like a sketch artist down there to draw what happened. And like they just had a dude standing there sketching this giant sentient meat
They followed
tube.
it until it met with the other end of the meat snake. Alongside
It's like,
was a
yes.
huge pile of This meat snake's skin also
It is
displayed
meaty.
great amounts of resilience. It took several days of cutting to even obtain a sample. Here, you can see the clear difference between this meat snake specimen versus a normal meat snake's membrane. Testing on the sample showed that it had great immunity to damage. It tolerated extreme freezing temperatures, extreme heat temperatures.
No, dude, that thing's a
and even high
Terminator. We
doses
gotta
of
call in the
radiation.
Helldivers at that point.
It is a wonder how such durability can occur in an organic creature.
We need to show that thing some liberty.
Another strange phenomenon is the smell off the skin. Normally, it would have a sour smell of rotting flesh. But the specimen displayed a rather pleasant smell, like that of cooking scrambled eggs. Meat snake was later discovered to be missing by unknown survivors. How the meat snake grew in size was discovered.
Hold on. 304.83 meters. I think I read that right. 304. So like 305 meters long. That is so silly. Hold up. What was that? Oh, the wizard is back. One of the critters built up the courage to meet the now awake stranger. They crawled to the prince's side and extended their hand in friendship. I should have read the last one, so I think I might be missing context, but whatever. The prince reached back, and together they had formed the bond that will change their fate. So it looks like the wizards met a friend. How do I manually flip through frames? Oh, not the pause. The period and the comma keys on my keyboard. I just hit those. I think someone showed me that a stream or two ago. All right. I'm gonna go grab a water real fast. I'm just gonna switch this over to the BRB. I'm gonna be back in like a minute. All right. BRB. I'm weak. There were brownies upstairs, and I also grabbed a brownie. Like a little 2-bite brownie. Okay. Let's just take a quick. Yeah, this next one's 21 minutes. Let's take a look at another spooky fella. All right. All right, this I have to know.
In 1959, a horde of infernal hellspawn tore through the latent membrane with a violent fervor, emerging 5 miles northwest of Bentonville.
This one
Arkansas.
admittedly
They
looks
marched
really
through
bad.
this population center hungry for flesh and thirsty for souls. However, upon arrival to Bentonville's picturesque...
Give this guy a production value so he doesn't have to use AI, and we can have some of the best horror ever. Debatable.
These
All right.
masses of bacteria have been invading the homes and hearts of folks.
Guys, it's me!
Thought to have been evolving inside the borough's sewer system since its creation in the late 1850s.
Search up the Lepidodendron tree. How the fuck do I spell that? All right, hold on. All right, goodbye, latent places. Lepidodendron tree. This it? I don't get it. The creepy TikTok trend based on... Oh, wait, hold on. It's a TikTok thing? All right, hold on.
Mobs. These sentient masses of bacteria have been invading the homes and hearts of both.
What the fuck is this?
Why are TikTokers memeing about seeing If you see this tree, your day is ruined.
Money!
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm about to ruin the joke.
Bluey, no! Stay away from the tree! Bluey, no! I don't get it.
Globs.
Shut the fuck up, Globs. Okay, next video. We're now going to be taking a look at the Mimic Defense instructional tape. They say if you see it, you've fallen in a rift of time and space, and since these went extinct. Yeah, sorry, YouTube chat got minimized when I tabbed out. So it's like Opium Bird, where it's like obviously fake or whatever. It's neat. It's neat.
As of the time of this video's release, we have been facing a concerning increase of missing persons and fatalities on a global scale. The reason for this is because we are under attack. We have
Hold on. Why is this scaled so weird? Try that. Wait, what?
discovered that there
There. Here we go.
has been a significant growth of mimic populations, which is threatening public safety. National leaders have released this instructional recording to teach you on how to defend yourself. Here is what you need to know about the threat. Mimics are humanoid, intelligent predators that are highly adaptive and feed solely on human prey.
Yeah, we knew this.
Mimics gain information on people by watching their daily lives and pick to hunt people when they are most vulnerable. The most common times a mimic will attack is when you are asleep, out walking alone, or in a cornered position.
They will attack when
Mimics
you're
are
cranking your
cautious
hog
and
at
calculating
3:33
creatures,
a.m.
taking precautions to ensure a successful hunt. They utilize various tactics to capture a person by surprise. One of the more well-known tactics is hiding itself inside of furniture, to blend into its environment. Common objects that mimics can hide inside are sofas.
The fucking eyeball.
Recliners,
The eyeball's so
wardrobes,
good.
Ottomans, and other places a mimic can comfortably wait. Mimics are able to contort their body in ways that allow them to fit inside smaller places. They also use it to expand their body, making themselves appear larger for intimidation. Another method mimics use to blend in is their ability to put on and wear clothing. Mimics put on layers of shirts,
He's listening to
pants,
Breaking
and
Benjamin.
jackets to hide their bright red skin and blend into densely populated areas. In very rare cases, mimics can develop and grow to look very similar to human beings.
We know all this.
Pairing this with clothing, it can be very
Okay,
hard to
this
tell
is
the
new.
difference
Okay,
between
fair
a
enough.
mimic and a person right away. If you are unsure if a person is a mimic, look out for key features that may reveal their true form. Look for abnormal
When they got
facial features,
the boss
like
baby
large,
looking face.
bulbous eyes, flat noses, wide mouths and an uncanny smile, and
When they look like
clammy skin.
Voldemort mixed with
Also
Boss
pay
Baby.
attention to other exposed body parts like hands. Mimic people will have long fingers with no fingernails. If you are unable to see their face or hands, watch their walking pattern. Mimics' legs are long and hunched. Their walking will be unusual and irregular. Here is what you do if you are met with a mimic. If it stands before you, do not panic.
Why are they repeating all this?
Stand your ground and try to appear larger.
Scream at it.
Wave your hands and make plenty of noise. Maintain eye contact. A mimic will hesitate to attack a potential threat. If
Yeah, I'm
you
just
are
gonna
armed
skip
with a
this because
weapon,
we
aim for
already
the
know
head
all
or leg.
this. Evidence footage from Christopher and Janice case 1983. So we know Christopher and Janice don't make it out.
Got it. Let's see. Yep, it's working.
Hey, can we get a move on?
1 sec. Yeah. Okay. Hello.
I thought you only had 30 minutes of tape on that.
I know, but just gotta see how it works. Like,
Yeah, well,
I never got to
don't
use
have
one
all
of these.
night.
It's too bad.
I love recording
You're
the
only person who
ground.
can film with me, so
The ground in the
gonna have
pitch
to
black.
put up with it.
Fine.
Screw you. Screw you.
Screw you.
Screw you.
It's still way too dark. 1 sec. There we go.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Cold.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. You got some light now.
Just going for
Look at that over there.
a midnight
Can't see
walk.
anything unless I like point directly over there. Like, nope, can't see nothing.
Who would go out for a midnight walk in a world that mimics are known about?
Fine. I'll cook you stuff when we get home. Don't worry.
I'm hungry.
Too bad.
Like, I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, this is just a world of horror movie logic where common sense doesn't apply and you keep a trimming as a pet. Amazing footage. Groundbreaking. Wait, is that Crawl? I don't think it's Crawl.
Wait. Shit. Right,
You-
but it still turns off and on randomly for some reason. Like, it's the best thing I could get my hands on, though. Turning on and off, but it's the only thing that they would give me. It works, though. I just gotta watch.
This is gnarly.
It's not my fault this guy lives in a fucking dump. We're almost there. We just gotta get through the woods.
What are you doing?
You see it, though? Hopefully I show up on camera, so... hopefully there are lights out there.
They gotta be like robbing whoever they're going to. I don't see any other reason to go out this late.
Can't be that bad.
Pretty dark for me.
But it was just one guy. I don't know why.
Well, let's
Like,
show
why
up
would they get rid of
after.
every...
No.
Dogs barking are never a good sign.
No.
The sky looks nice, though. This thing can't capture it.
It's a beautiful night. Too bad you can't see it. Perfect night to get meated.
So, what are we doing out here exactly?
Well, supposedly they found some guy. Like it was like a grody scene. Like it was disgusting.
It was grody, dude.
Like they had to get rid of the trailer he was in, and then like they didn't let anyone nearby, and it was like this big conspiracy. So I'm filming that. Hopefully I get a good mark for it.
Maybe people don't know about mimics.
There we go. We're getting close.
Maybe they think trimmings are as bad as they get and everything else gets covered up. What? You saw a gigantic meat man? No, that was Aurora Borealis. Playing tricks on your eyes. Yeah. Yeah.
Bush. Careful.
The meat Aurora Borealis.
You know where we're going?
Yeah, we're almost there. We're on the road. We're right next to it. Like, it's
May I
literally
see
up there.
it? No,
Come on.
you don't want to see
It's
it.
not too late yet.
Hungry.
Said that already.
Yeah? Still hungry.
Soon, okay? We're almost there.
Here you go, steamed hams.
5 minutes. 5
Steamed
minutes.
hams.
We're on the road.
It looks like they're made from the meat that's directly outside.
Got past the tree line. And
Have a good night,
way
Winston. Have a
to
good
the
one.
trailer park.
Thanks for hanging out.
Then we can go home. Okay?
Okay.
I don't want to be out here either. It's a weird place. See, we're right here. You go ahead. You can't see a thing.
Honestly, I think I might end it soon after another video or two.
There should be a path.
I'm getting real tired. I'm
Right there.
eepy.
Yeah, right here.
Might have to finish it another time.
See, I found the path. We're all good.
Yeah, it's not as jump scare heavy as I thought it'd be. So we're probably going to get one in this video. Anything involving mimics is just like jump scare. So I'm not a big fan of all this wandering around with nothing going on. I feel like we could have cut the part out about them talking about what they had for breakfast that morning. I don't know if that was necessary for the plot.
This way.
Come over this way there. I can smell the meat.
Yo, look at this. I didn't see this on my way over here last time.
A car.
It's cool. Like, we could get a shot of this in, like, atmosphere, you know?
What do you even do? Are you filming a movie?
1 second, let me get a good lighting on that. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That's cool.
I guess.
Like old stuff here as well. Anyways.
Say selfie. I'm gonna get jump scared so hard, I know it. He's gonna turn the corner or turn the camera, and it's gonna be a meat man.
We're on the flat part now. Yeah, we're close. Trailer should be right up ahead. This is where everyone was. There's no one here now, though. Not a single building in sight. Except, like, way over there. But there's no one here. It's the strangest thing.
Oh.
This is the spot. Right here. Yeah. This thing. Okay.
That's grass,
You take
Chris.
the camera and the light.
Christopher.
Point at me, but don't point at my eyes, please. Make sure. How do I look? Like a barf bag.
You look like shit.
Alright, give me a second.
Confidential. Brother, who you saving it for? Dude.
Okay, should I retry? Sure.
Yeah, that was a perfect reading.
That one turned out alright, I think. Yeah, I guess I'm going home without you. Chris! It's just... Chris? Chris? It's pretty scary out here, I know.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, because, like, back there was the perfect time for a serial killer to just jump out and grab us, you know? Cut it out.
It'd be the perfect time for something to grab us. Wouldn't that be silly?
Chris? Chris? Where are you? Chris! Come on! This isn't funny! Chris! I just want to go home, come on! Fine, I guess I'm going home without you. I'm cold, tired, and hungry. If you
Yeah.
want to stay out here and play games, you can.
I gotta go feed my trimming. It's getting hungry. It's getting to that time of night. Little Macaulay Culkin needs to be fed. My little fella. Don't worry, Macaulay Culkin. I'm getting out of this forest. With or without your father, Chris. 'Cause I'm assuming we're married. So how fucked up is it that she just left with the flashlight? And just left him in the dark?
What are you doing? Because this isn't funny. Oh, God.
I'll go back to that. I'll go back to that in a second. But, was that her screaming? Or was that a mimic? Or was that the mimic? Excuse me. Well, it doesn't seem to care about her. Oh, never mind, it cares. Okay, I've never seen that one. I just want to quickly go back to one frame. Where was it? I can't tell if that's a 3D render or a dude in a meat monster costume, and I don't know what's funnier. I don't. I think just the idea of a dude being on all fours with a silly little meat mask on might that might be it. Oh my god, okay. All right, well that was that video. And I think that may be where we cap it off for tonight. Just because I'm really tired, I'm really feeling it. But next time we do a watch along, I think we'll finish off Vita Carnis and maybe do another shorter series, because we got, let's see, 4, 7, 9, 11, 20, 22 minutes left, including the Vita Carnis season 2 teaser. We've got like 22 minutes left of the series, which I don't know. I don't really think I'm feeling up to it right now. So we'll do one last thing. I just want to I want to show you the one latent place thing that I care about that made me want to show you guys. Shut up. It's this one. This is the one that I love. It's so silly. There it is.
Denticulations in recent vegetable crops being grown in the town of Arroyo Grande, colloquially being referred to as vegetables. These strange organisms.
It's so silly.
Local farmers were awakened Saturday night.
Because like this one, I couldn't tell if like they were props that they made,
by the sounds of shrill screaming
or like
from their fields and gardens.
It was AI generated.
Physical stimuli possess basic motor functions and are
But it was so silly. I just loved it.
Primarily in the form of their aforementioned wailing.
Like
researchers are proceeding with caution and acting under the assumption that the produce is capable of experiencing physical and perhaps emotional pain. Therefore, there is no available data on their.
I guess it looks too plasticky.
Although the official
It might do it, and these ones move.
Our satellite feeds indicate increased vehicular activity near the Campidonico Ranch uranium occurrence southeast of Arroyo Grande. This has been a public service announcement from the Ministry.
All right, there's one other one. I lied. There's one other one I want to look at.
Certification. A genetic mutation of unknown origin is infecting female residents of a small Maryland.
Only female. Okay, I'm out. And that one comment that says wood, yeah, that's where I draw the line. Okay. Yep. That was that'll be it. All right. That was something. Okay. My God. All right, well, I think TikTok horror would be a decent idea, but I think the execution of that one was a little iffy. The only one that I really liked was the teeth plant. Teeth plant was fun, but besides that is kind of meh. So apologies for that. I don't think we'll be taking a look at that one again. But thank you to everyone who came by for stream today. Whether you lurked or chatted, I do appreciate you guys. What day is it? I think I'll be back no. I'm gonna take tomorrow off to work on the video and work on Voice of the Void so I can stream it on Tuesday. So I think Tuesday will be Voice of the Void. Hold me to that, or fucking beat me over the head with Carver. Whatever you wish. But yeah, that's my current plan. So hopefully I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Until then, have a good evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever. And goodbye.